Hey everyone, it's iMajorX, and I actually want to talk to you about the evolution of combat today. I had to end my Dagonoth King trip early because I got teleported out of Dagonoth Kings when the evolution of combat came up, but I'm actually going to go back there pretty soon. And on the same topic of boss hunting, I wanted to talk about new methods of actually fighting, and one of the biggest ones that I was thinking of is something called kiting. So, as a quick definition for kiting, kiting is the ability to dodge, bait, and kind of lure people or monsters away from things and avoid attacks. So in RuneScape, there's actually new abilities, and the two new abilities that actually involve kiting are the escape ability and the surge ability. The escape ability is actually one that you'll find in your range. What's this called? A range ability book, I think this is, yeah, range ability book. And then Surge is one that you'll actually find in your Magic ability book. They have a level 34 requirement, and they will actually use both of each other. They'll use both of the. They'll both go on cooldown after you use one of them, and they have a 20-second cooldown. So if I wanted to use Escape, all I have to do is just lunge extremely far backwards. Super helpful, and it's actually really important when you're getting through fights or when you're fighting someone, because that's actually going to be the main ability for dodging and running away, I guess. Surge, on the other hand, is a much longer one. It's got 3 extra meters, and it'll be used for escaping slash not escape. It'll be used for chasing slash positioning. Most likely, that's what I assume. Probably luring. It's gonna be really quickly usable when you're like, say you're at Dagonoth Kings and you run down the ladder. It's gonna be really helpful to just run down and surge over to the spot that you want to be at. So that's what I was thinking of here. So surge is actually a huge distance from here to, or from wherever I was over here. That's a huge distance, and those are going to be my two kiting abilities. So I am going to show you guys some actual monster fighting or some PvP with some kiting abilities, and I will come back to you guys in a second. Okay, so I am in the Calfight dungeon. I'm preparing to fight the Calfight Queen. I actually went to it like 2 seconds ago and saw that it was in its second form, so I am on my magic ability bar and I am getting ready to fight the Calfight Queen. So the first thing I actually want to do is pot up for that, so I'm going to drink 1 Overload, 1 Sardaman Brew, and then see what it just brings my max stats up to. I think it's only going to be 116, because that's what my defense is at. If not, then it's just going to be at 111. 116, there we go. Okay, so I have some curses on, and I'm going to go straight in, just barge through, and then try to get over here. So to avoid taking any damage from these guys, I'm just going to surge over here, and then run on this side. That way I have both of these lured, and that's actually huge help. And that's what I mean by kiting, basically. It's a really easy way to completely avoid damage from some, if not most, of the people that you're going to be fighting. And that's what I mean. The Calfight Guardians, I didn't take any damage from them. I just completely avoided them, which is nice. It was really helpful, and I'm really glad that I was able to do it. So from here on out, it's actually pretty simple. You just have to cast whatever you know, whatever you're doing. Asphyxiate. Reach out with magical force and choke the life from your target every 6 seconds, dealing damage every 2 seconds. Your target is stunned for the duration. I don't think he's actually going to be stunned, unless it's crazy. Oh, damn. That is some hardcore switching like that. I don't want to be over there. So in that instance, I can surge again and get on the other side. So I did misclick there, but it was really helpful for me to have the other ones. And now I'm just flipping through my ability bars like a flat out loser. But alright, so I didn't know how they changed the Calfight Queen, but now I do. It's actually a lot different, or a lot more difficult to fight it, I guess, because you have to switch just partway through. I'm not sure if it's going to have that second form then. I really hope it isn't, because that would be a total pain and really hard to actually deal with. So I'm going to turn curses back on because they were really helpful. I am just trying to basically use whatever I can, and then do as much damage as I can to the enemy as soon as I can so that I can kill it. But that was kind of my example of kiting. It wasn't a really big example, it wasn't a really hard example. but it was pretty helpful in my opinion. Just trying to avoid damage any way you can and trying to do as much damage as you can while you're going through it. I think this might be the last hit, unless it changes forms right here. And if it does, then, oh, it did. How crazy is that? Okay, so go down and fighting it again. The Kalphite Queen doesn't really have any abilities that you really have to kite around on. I think the biggest one that I could think of is something along the lines of what? I think one of the bosses that you'd probably have to kite around the most on is probably right now the Queen Black Dragon, the Queen Black Dragon, and the Corporeal Beast. And if you were not wondering, or if you're wondering where I'm getting the Corporeal Beast one from, that is strictly from it has a splash damage that you actually have to avoid pretty well, and it's really hard to do so. So in that case, it would be really helpful if you could avoid it in every way possible, and that would be really helpful if you could just hit surge and then or escape and completely back away from it. So that's just one example of what I'm talking about. The Kalphite Queen, though, the only real kiting that you have to do is just trying to lure it or trying to get away from the other ones, which I actually did really well in my opinion. I don't think anything else here is really going to be a problem, but I would like to kill this as quickly as possible because I'm getting pretty low on food. I've got 2 food left, and it's basically the first time bossing in the new system. I'm doing a pretty, I'm not sure if it's a challenging boss, but it's definitely a boss that I haven't tried before. So, and I forgot that asphyxiate or whatever lasts for a whole 6 seconds, so that's going to be problematic. It's also problematic because I don't really have the highest prayer bonuses right now, so every now and then I have to pot up, and I keep on forgetting to do that. Let's see, Wild Magic I think is another one that I can use. I'm going to try asphyxiate again because I think that does a lot of damage. This lasts for 6 seconds. And then let's see if I can just get a quick ultimate ability in here. I can spam around for a while and then get let's go Metamorphosis. Oh, gotta use some abilities still, and hopefully I don't die in the next 2 seconds because I don't really want to eat, but I'm gonna have to. And I actually killed the Kalphite Queen. Look at that, and I got 4,000 experience from that. That's crazy. One is Zamrak, still not a good drop though. And then to just escape from that, I can just run around. So that's my example of kiting, that little 2-second example, and then actually just me boss fighting for another 2 seconds. So that's basically what I plan on doing for the next while, or plan on trying to start learning how to do in RuneScape. Because I can definitely do it in other games like League of Legends and Guild Wars, but RuneScape is something that's actually new to. And I'm actually pretty excited to see this new combat system because it's actually going to be intricate and skill-like, hopefully, once you read all of these completely and then find the best times to use them. And another thing about the Kalphite Queen, I actually didn't look at her weaknesses, but if you did want to look at the weaknesses and then form your inventory and everything around that, that would be an even stronger way to fight a boss. So I will see you guys next time for some either more boss hunting or some RuneScape gameplay. And thank you guys for watching this video, and maybe we can actually come back with a guide on how to boss fight or something along those lines where I can show you guys something cool that I think, or something that I think is cool with the game or with the new evolution of combat. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you guys next time.